talk about donuts. Today, we're going to be doing some halibut fishing. But first, we're going to talk about bagels. Bagels are the other option early in the morning. It's either bagels or donuts usually, to be honest. And so here's the deal with bagels. There's a couple of good flavors. My personal favorite is the poppy seed bagel. See that there. Not a big cream cheese fan, so I like to go poppy seed toasted with butter. I know I'm probably gonna lose some people on that one, but it is what it is. So top three, I'm gonna go poppy seed, sesame seed, and then this is a sleeper right here. I got a second bagel here. This one is a little bit more of a dessert bagel, not gonna lie. Probably less healthy than these other ones, if these are even healthy at all. But this is a cinnamon sugar bagel. Kind of tastes like a cinnamon roll, especially when you put butter on it. Thank me later. Oh my god. I just remembered. I forgot the herring. Alright, we made it out here. I know it's light, it's not great. Out here with my buddy Alan behind me. He actually donated a few herring to me this morning, so appreciate that, because like I said, I forgot mine. But I'm going to start off with the swim baits anyways, just because I liked them so much last time. So we'll drop these down, and most other people are going to be using herring out here, so if the herring is working, we'll hear about it from everyone else. Ooh, we're going over some nice bait balls right now. Would not be surprised if we didn't hook up. Would not be. Oh, yep, told you. Look at that. Oh, I don't think there's a halibut. I think there's a striper. Right on the bait ball. Oh, both rods doubled up. We're doubled up. Two striper. Just get these off on their way. Didn't even get things going, but there's one striper right in that bait ball. These guys were huddled up in there. Try to get this guy unhooked real quick. All right, there's one. This might be a little bigger. Oh, it's digging. It's digging. Oh, it's not big. Maybe a couple inches bigger. Not only do the halibut like the swim baits, it's very apparent that these striper can't resist them either. Definitely a keeper, but we're not keeping out our striper today. Alright, here she goes. Doubled up right away. I said this last time, the beauty of these swim baits, very, very little downtime in between fish. Get that hook placement back in the back of the bait like that. See the treble hook in the back there. Get back down there. Would not be surprised if we didn't see some more of those striper today. Folks, what is this? It's something big. Oh my god. I think it's a big striper. Just went on a big run. That's good. Big head shakes. I'm not sure what this is. Been a little slow, but something picked up the swim bait. I was just about to switch over to herring, but I think this big striper just picked me up. Definitely bigger than the last ones. I swear we're fishing for halibut, but it's like the striper are around. I've been marking a lot of bait today, so maybe that's why these striper are hanging out. There he is. Yeah, that's a big old striper. Big old. Big old striper. Well, we proved last video that these swim baits work for halibut. Today we're proving that they work for striper. Pretty good sized striper, in the 30-inch range. Here he goes. This guy's dogging me. Really does not want to come to the surface. Thought for a second we might have had a ghost there, a white sea bass, but no, just a nice, healthy, big old striper. Oh, this one's fat. Been eating well down there. Really hooked. Got him. This guy. It's a pretty good sized striper. Definitely the biggest one I've caught in a while. Okay. Alright. There he is. Nice little striped bass. These guys are not native to here, but they were planted here many, many years ago, and now they're just thriving. They're all over the place along the Central California coastline. And in the San Francisco Bay, they are literally from the north side, north tip, all the way to the south tip. Anywhere you see water, there could be striper around here. So we'll get this guy on his way. He's probably around 30, I'd say 30 inches, 31, 32 maybe. I don't really know. But we'll give him a quick release. Oh, tell he's starting to bite on my finger. There he goes. All right. Still looking for a halibut, but we'll take striper every now and then. Well, now that we got everything back in order, we'll update. We've been fishing for about an hour and a half. Got those 2 striper right off the bat. Just passed through a school on the way out, and then just hit that one, just random fish out here fishing with the fleet. See behind me? Maybe you can, I don't know, but there's like 100 boats out here. Trying to kind of stay away from them because I don't like fishing in the fleet. I feel like those fish are just getting pounded so hard. I feel like they're not going to bite as well as a fish that's off in the distance, you know, on its own, hasn't really seen anything for a while, and maybe it's hungry. But that's just me personally. You can definitely catch them in the fleet as well. I like that I'm fishing something a little bit different from probably 98% of people out here. I'm sure most people are trolling frozen herring or frozen anchovies, and I've heard a few fish caught, but I just like to do something a little bit different. Going through another bait ball here. I've been marking a lot of bait out here. I'm not surprised that stripers are out here kind of swimming around. There's a ton of, I'm not sure what kind of minnows or the anchovies, smelts, not really sure what's down there, but I'm marking big clouds, you know, here goes another one, probably every couple minutes or so. So definitely a good little environment here for these fish to be feeding, and it shouldn't be long before, I feel like the halibut are around. They're definitely around here somewhere. I just got to figure out where they are. Maybe they want the frozen herring, maybe they don't. See what happens. Fish. That's a fish. Other rod. That feels a little more like a halibut. Not sure if it's a keeper. Maybe. Got some weight to it. Definitely fighting more like a halibut. You can see the difference. It's just pretty much straight down. A little more weight, less swimming around. The other fish were swimming on the surface. Oh, that's a keeper. Oh, he swallowed the swim bait. Inhaled it. I think this is a keeper, but it's pretty close, so I'm not going to gaff this one. I'm just going to kind of swing him in, try to grab him here. Let's get the measuring board out here first. No damage to the fish that way. Back in the holder. Give him a quick measure. It was kind of long and skinny. Might be good for us at least. Might benefit us. Alright, closed mouth. Yeah, keeper. 22 3/4. Not big, but we'll take him. I said last video, anything below 22.5, I just let go. So this one just barely made the cut. And he's kind of gut hooked anyway, so I don't know if he'd survive if we were to let him go. So best off, keep this one and see, provide a nice meal. Still eater there, definitely not a big one, but honestly, the little ones eat better anyways, in my opinion, even though, you know, we always like to catch the big one, but we're just talking about quality of meat. Usually, the smaller the fish, the better the quality. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a bigger one, I think. Probably about 15 minutes after the last one. Seems like the bite's hopefully starting to pick up a little bit. A couple buddies out here on the water also just hooked up not too long ago. Yes, that is definitely, we're probably around 28 to 30 inches, I would guess. Yeah, probably around 28. Dang it. Well, that one just flopped right off the gaff. That was my bad. Got my swim bait back, yes. Moral victory. Oh man. Well, that was unfortunate. Hate to gaff a fish like that and see it swim off, because more than likely, I mean, maybe it survives, hopefully it survives, but I think more than likely that one's not gonna make it. But I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. Try our best for that not to happen, but no matter how hard you try, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. But that's still a bummer. Still hate to see that. But what can you do? It's over now. Gonna look forward to the future. Go from now. Been about an hour since our last bite. I'm trying something a little bit different now. I just dropped a herring down this one, just to compare it 1v1 directly, you know, head to head against this swim bait. See which one gets hit. I know one day is not going to tell the whole story, but just want to try things out. It's also been a little while since our last bite, so wanted to switch it up a little bit. We just passed the high tide, so it's kind of, you know, the tide's starting to change a little bit. A lot of times that's when you know, bait fish start getting pushed up, the predatory fish start feeding, and when the predatory fish start feeding, and halibut are a predatory fish, so anytime predatory fish is hungry, aka the halibut, I try to bring my baits right in front of them so that they can smack it. So yeah, look for another fish. Been a fairly productive day. I mean, we caught 3 striper, 1 halibut, and I should have caught a second one, but unfortunately we lost that one. All in about 3.5 hours. So not a bad morning so far, but still looking for a couple more. Oh, herring bite. That didn't take long. Did not take long at all. That bait was only down there for like 2 minutes. It might be time to start trolling some herring. Let's see what we got here. Nice and steady. Keeper. Oh yeah, that's keeper. Now usually when you get them, try to get them right behind the gill plate. They go kind of limp, but that didn't happen last time, so. Oh, there he goes again. What is up with these halibut? They're not behaving like their normal selves. This time we gotta get them all checked out. Let's get one. Pop this hook out. Alright, well, we'll give them a measure. I already know this one's a keeper, but just measure them. Seems like people at home like to see how long they are. We overestimate them a little bit. 25 and a half. Still a really nice fish. That's a nice halibut. White on one side, brown on the other. California halibut. Unlike a lot of other flatfish, sometimes they have the two eyes on the left side, sometimes they have the two eyes on the right side. It's fairly evenly distributed. I think there's like a 60-40 split or something like that. But a lot of flatfishes, they're all either left-sided or right-sided. Oh, hold on. Fish. Okay. What did I do? What did I do here? Oh, did it come off? No, it's still there, I'm gonna put this down here. That there. Should be good. All right, let's get this side. This one just feels a little bit smaller. I don't know. Yeah, this is a shaker. But a double. Good timing on this, actually. Oh, even the small ones fight good. Oh, it's just all over the place. Well, now I don't really know. I was gonna say it was the herring is the trick, but now we got one on the swim bait also, so it's hard to say. Maybe it was the spot. Release. And should come into play. All right, quick release on that one. But what I was saying is, you know, a lot of flatfish, sand dabs, Pacific halibut, they're either predominantly left-sided or right-sided with their two eyes. So like when they're born, I think when they're born, they actually have eyes on both sides of the head, and then one migrates over to the other side. Kind of interesting fish. Very advanced evolution, I guess. I don't really know, but anyways, with California halibut, you see them on both sides, left and right. So just a cool little California halibut fact. But anyways, after that little bit of excitement, let's get our lines back in and see if we can get another. One more time, 2 rods in the kayak in the bay, not legal for normal sport fishing with a normal sport fishing license. I personally have a commercial license for myself as well as the kayak. Commercial license setup is very complicated, and I talked about it in a previous video, but I might talk about it, or I will talk about it in another future video. So if you're interested in any of that kind of information, stay tuned. I'm going to cover that in another video, but yeah, just want to make sure that's clear. Normal sport fishing, 1 rod in the bay. Don't use 2 rods. This is the first time this year I've done this, fishing without a jacket on. We're officially in spring, heading towards summer. The water is getting warmer. The water, it says 61.5 degrees right now, at least on the surface. But yeah, the water's getting warmer, the air's getting warmer. Halibut are starting to bite. Good time to be a fisherman. Oh, there's fish, there's fish, there's fish. That's a fish. That's a fish. Yep, that's a halibut. This one's on the herring. Seems like the herring's doing a little bit better than the swim baits, even though the swim baits definitely work. Ooh, big mouth. That's a keeper, I think. Yeah, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. All right, let's see if we can get him in a good spot here. Okay, that is how it's supposed to be done. They just go limp. Bingo! Nice little fish. Oh, this is no, that's another left side. I think all the halibut we got so far are left sided. Although I'm not sure about the first one, I kind of forgot about that one. Keeper number 3. Brown on one side, white on the other. That's a halibut. Oh, there's a fish. There's a fish on the other side. Other side. Ah. Oh yeah, seems like they're coming in twos now. And I think this is a shaker. Another left-sided one. Wonder if all the left-sided halibut hang out together. All right, white on one side, brown on the other. That's a halibut. Pretty close to keeper, probably around 20 to 21. He might even be 22, but we already have enough fish, so I'm gonna let this one go. There he goes. Always want to check your leaders, especially after any toothy fish like a halibut. Never want that leader to be compromised. Just never know when that big one could hit next. But another difference, commercial fishing to sport fishing. So sport fishing, the legal limit for California halibut in the Bay Area is 3 fish per person. So normally I would have my limit now. Well, I guess technically not, because we wouldn't be using 2 rods. But anyways, you get the idea. If I was sport fishing, 3 fish would be the limit. But since I'm commercial fishing, there is no limit. So that's why we're gonna keep fishing here. Honestly, I don't really need any more fish. I'm just kind of fishing my way back to the harbor. If I get another one, great, but if not, 3 fish is enough. I personally, I don't know. I know I'm probably the worst commercial fisherman out there. When the bite's good, all the commercial fishermen are gonna come and clean up, you know, make their paycheck. But lucky for me, I mean, I'm not dependent on the selling of fish for my paycheck. So personally, I just don't like to catch that many fish. I don't know, I just don't feel great about it. But anyways, that's just me. But yeah, especially this year, there's so much pressure on the halibut. Honestly, I kind of feel bad every time I catch one. Just because there's no salmon this year, rockfish is delayed, and you know, the big 3 in the Bay Area are kind of salmon, rockfish, and halibut. So because those 2 are kind of messed up, halibut's getting a ton of pressure this year. And I hate to say it, but I think the population is going to be suffering because of that. So yeah, don't want to catch too many fish. I do sell the fish, and I am technically a commercial fisherman, but probably one of the worst commercial fishermen in history. I lost a fish, and when the bite is so good right now, and I'm kind of just making my way in, definitely not a mindset of a commercial fisherman. There's fish. Let's see. Pretty close to keeper. I think I'm just gonna let this one go. Unless it's hooked in the gills. Oh no, it's hooked on the lip. Should be able to get this one off. Come on. Just trying to get you off as quick as possible. All right. Shaker number 3, maybe? I don't know. A couple more on the swim bait. Honestly, here's my review. After 2 days fishing the swim bait, obviously it works. We caught, I forgot, I think 2 of our keepers are actually maybe the 1 keeper and then the one that we lost but should have had. I think we're on the swim bait. You have to look back at the video to fact check that one. But anyways, we caught some fish on it, and we also caught the big striper on this bait. So it definitely works. But then we also caught, I think 2 keepers, I'm not really sure, I lost track, on the herring. Overall, in like the grand scheme of things, over the long haul, I think herring still reigns king. I think if you just want to come out and your just sole goal is to catch the most possible halibut, herring is probably your best bet still. Sad, a little sad to say that, but I think that's just what the numbers, can't argue with the numbers. But yeah, that's gonna be about it. We're gonna wrap it up, head in, clean up, sell off these fish. I am a commercial fisherman, I guess, even though I probably consider myself probably the worst commercial fisherman out there, but I'm okay with that. Anyways, thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.